In the galaxy beyond Earth's mapped stars, misunderstandings were not just common, they were dangerous. Entire wars had been fought over mistranslated phrases. Species had gone extinct because one gesture meant peace to one culture and domination to another. That was why first-contact diplomats spent years studying alien customs before ever speaking a word. Unfortunately, Evan Carter was not a diplomat. He was an engineer. And that was how everything changed. Beginning, the Queen no one approached. The Orith Dominion was one of the oldest and most powerful civilizations in known space. Their technology predated humanity's first satellite. Their fleets were whispered about, never challenged. At the heart of their empire ruled Queen Sailthera, a being spoken of in reverent, fearful tones. She was ancient by human standards, though youthful among her kind. Her species, the Virexari, were tall and elegant, with iridescent skin that shimmered like oil on water. Bioluminescent markings traced along her arms and neck, shifting color with her emotional state. To outsiders, she seemed distant, cold even. But Sailthera was not cold. She was tired. As queen, she had never chosen anything for herself. Her role had been decided before her birth. Her education, her alliances, even her future mate had all been negotiated by councils long dead. She ruled efficiently, wisely, but without joy. Humans first entered Orith space cautiously. They were considered loud, impulsive, and biologically fragile. Still, their adaptability intrigued the Dominion, and limited cooperation was allowed. That was how Evan Carter ended up aboard the Celestial Accord, the Orith Royal Station. His job was simple: help integrate human energy systems with Orith infrastructure. No politics, no diplomacy, just machines. The engineer and the Queen. Evan's first glimpse of Queen Sailthera came from across the Grand Convergence Hall. She sat upon a floating dais, surrounded by advisors, her presence commanding silence without effort. Evan stared a second too long. Orith guards noticed immediately. "Human," one of them snapped. "Lower your gaze." Evan flinched.
"Sorry."
Didn't mean any disrespect. Sailthera noticed the exchange. She noticed everything. Most beings avoided looking at her entirely. The human had simply been curious. Later that cycle, a critical fault rippled through the station's power grid. Entire wings went dark, including the Queen's private sanctum. Panic followed. Evan was summoned. He expected guards. He did not expect the Queen herself to be waiting. "You are the engineer," Sailthera said. "Yes, Your Majesty," Evan replied, trying and failing to hide his nervousness. "You will repair the system personally." "Yes, ma'am." She tilted her head. "You address me informally." "Oh, sorry. Your radiance?" A faint flicker of blue light rippled across her markings. Amusement. Middle. Conversations in the dark. The repair took hours. Sailthera remained in the chamber, observing as Evan worked by portable light. She asked questions about human technology, human life, human homes. "You repair systems meant to outlive you," she said. "Why?" Evan shrugged. "Because someone else will need them someday." That answer lingered. Over the following weeks, Sailthera requested Evan repeatedly. Always for technical matters. Always alone. They spoke as he worked. She learned humans valued choice, even flawed choice, above perfection. He learned Orith royalty viewed duty as sacred, but joy as secondary. "You speak freely around me," she noted once. Evan wiped grease from his hands. "Guess I don't really know how not to." That honesty felt dangerous, yet refreshing. She found herself waiting for his visits. Then came the council announcement. The proposal that wasn't. The Orath High Council summoned Queen Sailthera to formally announce her binding union, a political mating meant to secure alliances with another ancient house. The ceremony would occur within one lunar cycle. Sailthera felt something inside her fracture. She said nothing. That evening, Evan found her standing alone in the observation chamber, staring into a sea of stars. "You okay?" he asked gently. "I am fulfilling my purpose," she replied. "That doesn't answer the question." Her markings dimmed. "I have never chosen anything," she said quietly. "Not my rule. Not my future." Evan hesitated, then said, "That sounds rough." She studied him. "If you were in my position, what would you do?" Evan laughed nervously. "Probably something very stupid. Such as?" He thought for a long moment. "I'd ask the one person who treats me like a person," he said, "not a title." Silence filled the chamber. Sailthera stepped closer. "Then ask," she said. Evan swallowed. "Well," he scratched the back of his neck. "This is going to sound weird." Her markings brightened slightly. "Sailthera," he said, choosing her name carefully, "have you ever considered choosing something else? Someone else?" She froze. In Orath culture, asking such a question alone, directly, without witnesses, was not casual. It was a proposal. Her advisors, watching remotely, gasped. The chamber's sensors quietly recorded the moment. Evan, oblivious, continued. "I mean, you don't owe anyone your life. You deserve to be happy." Sailthera's bioluminescence flared gold, the color of acceptance. "I accept," she said, the reaction that shook an empire. Evan blinked. "Accept what?" The chamber doors burst open as counselors rushed in, voices raised in alarm and awe. "The Queen has accepted a union," one cried. Evan's blood ran cold. "Oh no." Sailthera turned to him, eyes luminous. "You offered yourself as choice," she said. "I have chosen." "Your Majesty, I didn't mean," Evan started. She raised a hand. "You spoke to me as an equal," she said calmly. "In Orath law, that is consent." The council erupted. "A human cannot. This violates." She must reconsider. Sailthera's voice cut through them like starlight. "I have decided. Crisis. Between worlds." The galaxy reacted violently. Some Orath houses threatened rebellion. Others saw opportunity. Human leadership panicked, fearing war, or worse, annexation by marriage. Evan was placed under protective custody. "This is insane," he told Sailthera during a private audience. "I didn't ask to marry a queen." She approached him slowly. "Did you ask me to choose my own life?" "Yes," he admitted. "That is more intimate than any vow," she said. He sighed. "I don't want to be the reason your empire burns." She smiled softly. "Then be the reason it changes." Ending. The Queen who chose. The ceremony was delayed, not cancelled. Instead, Sailthera made an unprecedented declaration. The binding union would not proceed, nor would she force Evan into a role he did not choose. Instead, she abolished the tradition entirely. The Orath Dominion reeled. For the first time, she announced to the galaxy, "A queen has chosen partnership over possession." She stepped down from absolute rule, restructuring the monarchy into a shared council. Evan was released, free to return to Earth. He didn't. Months later, the galaxy saw them together again, not as queen and consort, but as equals. Sailthera no longer bound by ancient law. Evan, still just an engineer, walking side by side beneath foreign stars. "Do you regret it?" he asked one night. She considered the question carefully. "No," she said. "I thought it was a proposal, but it was something far greater." "What was it?" She smiled. "Permission to choose." And for the first time in Orath history, A queen ruled not because she had to, but because she wanted to.